And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Xenonauts. In our second run after I royally screwed up the first one. This is going to be the last part of the second stream. If this part goes well, there will be a part up tomorrow if you're watching on YouTube, or there will be a part streamed in 4 days if you're watching on Twitch. At this point, the run is, I think, going well. We'll see if we can keep it that way. As part of that, we do have a crash site over here. We could, and this is a small one, so I'm actually very tempted to do it. We could try to send out the ground crew to attack it. So ground crew. We'd be sending mostly newbies. Because most of the experienced team are wounded to some degree. Yeah, the entire experienced crew, except for Lieutenant Jason there, are wounded. That doesn't stop us from sending a crew. That just means the entire crew is going to be greenhorns. We're going to have an entire crew of greenhorns for the assault. It is a small ship, so it's going to be the easiest assignment we can give them. So I suppose if we're going to send a brand new crew of newbies, that's probably the task we want to send them on. If we want to have a full set, we're going to have to send a wounded person. So we'll send the healthiest wounded persons. We'll send the captain, Captain Piet. Raphael Piet will be sent out as well, because he's the healthiest of the wounded. And then that is the crew. You've got armor. You're not in armor. You're wounded, but we're going to send you out anyway. I gotta remember when I hit default roll, it adds takes the armor back off. Oh, I obviously don't have that many lasers. We haven't lost any, so we're gonna send you out as a shield. He's not gonna need that many rounds, but we're gonna send him with the rounds. Would it actually make sense to send him with a shield? Spare shield. It would be instead of his mid-pack? No, I think you can like carry one shield. So I'd have to send someone else with the shield to bring him spare shields. Okay. You're reasonably strong, so I'm going to equip you as heavy weapons. Jackal armor. When I have a scatter laser, which I believe is the... Oh, the scatter laser is the shotgun. Or is the machine gun, not the shotgun. Lose lower accuracy and strength. Or suffer a penalty. Okay. Heavy weapons person. Have your heavy weapon. Okay, it's the carbine. Carbine's the shotguns. Fires 3 projectiles. Okay. Could I put that in your pack and then give you a shield? Yeah. Then we can toss the shield on the floor in the ship. And we'll have a spare shield in case the shield gets broken. We'll also give you a grenade, because you're strong enough to carry a grenade. Okay, so... in the future, we're gonna have to remember to get some carbines. Shield, laser, shield... Oh, you got the old one, so you want a laser. There you go. You're good, you're good. Heavy weapons, although normal heavy weapons. In fact, at this point, we've got all the laser weapons equipped to someone. I don't think we lost any... Is it one of those situations where the wounded retain their equipment? That might make sense. Well, that would make sense because we've they're not down, I suppose, right? We got 4 unassigned. Which, yeah, the unassigned are holding equipment. Okay, so let's go to the unassigned. Let's actually put you back on your default role. So that we can get the magical equipment back for other people to use. So that gets another pistol. It gets us another couple of laser rifles. Oh, no, you want armor, in which case that's too many mags. You're not going to use those mags anyway. Okay, we got the crew equipped for what should hopefully be an easy mission. We're working on a scatter laser, so that's that. We're going to want a couple of laser carbines to chase that up. We're not using the sniper rifles at the moment. Yeah, that'll work. At the Geoglobe, we are intercepting you with Charlie 1. Is this going to be a day mission? No, this will be a night mission. Can I add... No! No, don't do that. It doesn't. It can't disappear when you're en route. I was hoping I could delay until the morning. Never mind. Return to base. I screwed it up. Alien alloys. I think we've seen that one before. Before everything went to terrible in the last run. UFO detected. This is a regular small one, so I'm just sending the Foxtrot after it. That is a medium. I'll send the Condors after them. Hopefully that works. Is this a different location? No, we've already got all the airborne, or all the air assets sent. Pretty heavily damaged, but a successful takedown. That is a medium object, so we probably do want to send Charlie 1. Has any of our more veteran crew members finished recovering? So it depends on what you describe as finished recovering. They have recovered to the point where they can now be sent. One of them was wounded and was unable to be sent, but none of them have recovered to the point where it's going to make a big difference. So, out goes Charlie. 96% chance of success. Successfully got them down. If I abandon, does it stay there? It does. Because it's early enough in the day. Intercept. I think that was a small... Actually, let's... What size was that? Medium. Okay, the medium one send the condors after it. It is probably going to be daytime by the time Charlie gets back, so send out Charlie again. Engage. This time is a day mission. So I screwed up and we lost 35,000 money. I have one too many guys with shields here. Oh, no, I don't have one too many guys with shields here. You... supposed to have a machine gun. There we go. I gotta remember the shield's here instead of on the ship. It's not one of the special shields, so it's not gonna be the end of the world if we lose it. Okay. Human. Another human. Humans are good things to see. Some of them, like that one, may even have guns that, you know, shoot the aliens. Good news, haven't seen any aliens. Bad news, haven't seen any aliens. So that means I don't know where the problem's going to come from. I also don't have the map memorized, so I don't know where the ship's going to be. Okay, so we got the sort of reptilian ones. One down. A human. More important, two humans. There's quite a few humans on this map. And of course could very rapidly, depending upon what's here with the reptilians, become very problematic. But for the moment, that's not a problem. That's an indication that the aliens are presumably not there, because they would have started shooting. There's definitely some on their ship. I don't know where that ship is right now, but there's some there. We can hear them moving around. Here's a dead one, but we knew there was an alien here. In fact, we know where two of the aliens are now. So there's one there. One... Ah, one on the catwalk, one down below. You could get involved. You could get involved. Although these are the machine guns, so they're going to be pretty action point inefficient. I've got to get them involved. Well, the shield did its job. Just slowly blowing up bits of the catwalk there. Okay. suppression, but that's fine. Don't know what he's standing on at this point, but he's there. There we go. Problem dealt with potentially excessive requirements of firepower, but you know, sometimes that's just how you deal with problems. Just keep shooting, and eventually the problem might go away. So there's definitely one on their spaceship. I can hear their futuristic space door. Here's one. In fact, he may have been the one we were hearing. Okay. So, 2 in the ship. Can at least confirm 2. Civilian outside. That's all the info we have. Okay. Definitely say the laser machine gun is lighter than the regular machine gun. On this poor solar. Actually, we could go all the way back there for another shield. That might not actually be the dumbest of choices. It might not be what I'm planning on doing right away, but that might not be the worst plan. Yeah, we'll probably send this guy back for a shield. Oh, lost his shield. Oh, we got a third one. Yeah, let's send one of you guys back for the shield. It's going to be a long walk, but if there's more than just those two left, we'll be wanting it. Gotta love those New Jersey barriers. K-barriers or whatever they're called. I know there's multiple different names for them. Multiple different nicknames on top of that. And let's get the laser scatter rifle going. One dealt with. I'm a little worried about friendly fire. Oh no, I'd be more worried about friendly fire on the machine gun. Laser rifle's usually accurate enough. Well, rifle's usually accurate enough. I don't like that corpse. That's the corpse types we don't want to see. Hopefully there aren't any here. Those are the ones where I could imagine, and there could be one of them left, and that could wipe the entire team, I think. Because of its ability to multiply. And we know there's one left. Sounds like there's only one left. Okay. I haven't necessarily done the scouting with the smartest of persons. Because we needed to reload. I think there's two. Nope, I was wrong. There was one. Okay, no one dead. Bunch of promotions. Lots of... I think these were privates, so most of the privates are now corporals. Yeah, most of the privates are now corporals, so that's good to see. We killed 8 aliens. We took no casualties, although someone did get injured. The captain, who was already slightly injured again. No vehicles lost. Most of the locals survived. Not a bad mission. Alien assault plasma, alien heavy plasma. Okay. That's more stuff to research. This is a bomber. Tail until overland. Do we want to go after that crash site? Do I have anything else left that I can intercept you with? Not repaired. Probably not going to be repaired in time. Think I can maybe do that crash site. We'll see. Yeah, we can send Charlie out. Yeah, of course, the bomber just has to sit over the ocean long enough that I can't shoot it down. Shame. And we're not going to be ready to intercept you. I suppose. You a medium contact? You're a medium contact. I'm gonna risk coming with Foxtrot 3. And we'll go in one more ground mission. I think we've got all 8 crew members on this mission. We might only have 7. Yeah, we got 8. The question there... This is... Okay, they set back to their original equipment. That's good. So we can drop the shield. Grab the gun. Okay, civilian. So obviously this is the map barrier. And I think this is the farthest corner. So it's probably that way. Could be down here. And we have no idea where the aliens could be. The aliens could be wherever. Okay, it's that type of alien. We might have score 1 for the locals. Sounded like effective shotgun fire there. Okay, there's one there. The local will get that one. No, not yet. Okay, didn't affect the guy I was trying to shoot at, but it did blow a hole in the wall, so we got more ways through. And suppress the guy who I'm most worried about causing damage to our people. Panicked. Of course you panicked. And then we'll leave the machine gun covering the rear. We've got the laser one coming in. That's probably going to be better for aggressive maneuvers with machine gunning. Yeah, sounds like there's a couple on the ship as well. Yeah, that one's down. I suppose I still don't know where the ship is. Oh, no, looks like a rendering issue. Okay, so there's the ship. Did you get a decent number of them outside the ship already? So I would not be surprised if the rest were in the ship, given how small the map is. At least 2 in the ship. I think there's a brain one. The brain one's probably on the ship. Not enough to break the door. Pick up your rifle. Oh, he panicked. He's panicked this turn, so I'll have to pick the rifle up next turn. So I think that's the last 3. The last 4. We see 4. Now we can't get a machine gun drop into the door from this angle. You know what, given your circumstances, I'm going to recommend that you disengage from combat for the moment. Pick up your rifle, Corporal. And then get, like, over there. Of course they want to cover. Oh, I think there's 5 in the ship. I think they're all in the ship. I think that's what's left. You've panicked. I'd like that door to not be... At least I'm not the only one suffering from friendly fire. It wasn't the guy I was trying to shoot at, but that'll work. Okay, heal as much as he can be. So I'll back your pistol, and we might send you in on a future turn. Grenade gets rid of 2 of them. Okay. We know there's one left in the ship. That was a very bad job at trying to hit the target you were supposed to hit. Okay. One fewer door in the way. He's not in the ship. Went to all the trouble to blow the doors off the thing. He's not here. He's on the map somewhere, obviously. Question is, where? This corner down here, maybe? Down here? Wait, he is on the ship? Where the bleep were you hiding? There we go. Well, we found him. He wasn't where we thought he was, because he was where we thought he was. That's how we confuse ourselves, apparently. So everyone survived. Successful mission, guys. Yes, Twitch chat. If we clear all the aliens off the ship but not the map, we ought to win. But as you can see, I thought I'd got all the ones on the ship. I'm like, well, I think there's only one left. Let me try to find him. Only to find he's still on the ship. Although there might be a little bit of a lag, I suppose, in the Twitch chat. You might have only just be seeing that. And you don't... if you clear all the aliens on the ship, you will auto-win if you occupy the ship long enough. It's not instant. So that's what I assumed was, oh, there's one left on the map, because we haven't auto-won. But we haven't cycled in, I think it's like 20 turns or something like that. If it's after like turn 20 and you have the ship, but you don't know where the last one is, you auto-win. It's not instantaneously if you control the ship, and there's none ship. Okay, the Foxtrot's not gonna be able to handle that. Do a disengage. Have my condors repaired? No. Very no. So, yeah, that guy's gonna get away with being unharmed. And we acquired a Reaper corpse, because apparently one died on a crash. Luckily, we haven't fought these. This is one of the things that sort of tanked the first run, as we ran into a Reaper And the Reapers made Reapers and made Reapers, and yeah. Reaper is a 6-foot tall insectoid nightmare with hidden blades strong enough to pierce steel and particularly horrific method of reproduction. It is a biological weapon of mass destruction, a monster that spreads death and terror in equal measures. Yeah. We've been there. We felt that. It was, bad. Still working that research. Still making the scatter lasers. Half of them made. The other one will be done soon. Got all the crew hired. So we're mostly waiting for people to heal. Which I suppose this makes... I think that's a medical center building. Makes the medical center really good. For what we're trying to do. Yeah, I think this is where we're going to go ahead and put the part break in and bring the stream to a close. A little bit of a short stream tonight, but I had a fairly early morning this morning. So I only got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep last night. So trying not to risk making more stupid mistakes. If you've been watching the entire stream, you've probably seen I've been making stupid mistakes. I'm probably going to equal the stream here. We've recorded 4 parts for YouTube, so if you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be a part up tomorrow, because we'll get around to streaming it again before, well, in theory, so that we have a part recorded for you by tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, let me go ahead and bring up the upcoming stream schedule, so I can go over what's going to be coming up over the next couple days. Tomorrow we're going to continue Strategic Command, World War I, the Call to Arms campaign as the Central Powers, and we're going to see how far we get in that. I think we're getting to the point where we're going to do some moving and shaking, and things might become very rapid if that starts happening. The day after tomorrow, which will be Thursday, we're going to continue Shadow Empire. The run in Shadow Empire is still going. Things have made it so we've only just barely hung on, but we're actually, even in the terrible state we're in, we're not in last. So I think everyone's sort of struggling on that map. Although everyone else is AI, so the AI doesn't really necessarily care. So we're not necessarily out of the running. We're just farther behind where we'd like to be. So we'll continue Shadow Empire on Thursday. Friday will probably be what's left of Dot Age. We'll probably run 4 or 5 parts on Friday to finish out Dot Age. And then Saturday will be when we return to Xenonauts, continuing the sort of trend that I record 4 parts a night of a given series, and then we cycle through 4 different series, and then come back to the thing we just were recording for 4 parts. So there's something coming up every day on YouTube, and we get sort of a rotation of stuff on Twitch. So that's the upcoming 4 days. Strategic Command tomorrow, Shadow Empire the day after that, Dot Age after that, and then Xenonauts after that. And I do need to update the schedule with Xenonauts. Wasn't quite sure whether or not we'd be still playing at the end of the stream here on Xenonauts. So I didn't update Saturday. So I got to update Saturday's schedule portion for that. That shouldn't be too hard. If you're watching on Twitch and you want us to get comment responded to, I know I just responded to a comment a little while ago. Feel free to put that in the comments right now. I'm going to leave this stream up for about a minute after I stop the YouTube recording to respond to any comments. And with that, I'm just going to give the outro to the YouTube video. If you're, hope you've all been enjoying. If you're watching on YouTube and you want a comment responded to, I know I'm recording this locally for upload to YouTube. We are about to put it in fact, I'll put the save in here while I'm doing the outro. I'm saving at the end of the stream, so if there's anything you want to see stat-wise or UI-wise in the game here at the end of the stream, feel free to let me know. Oh, I'm doing save, or load instead of save. That's why it's not working. So this is run 2, save 3, let's say. So if there's anything you want to see on YouTube, feel free to let me know. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or next stream, and bye for now.